let's talk about energy transfers, right? So if you're posting on social media, like I said in this last short, that's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. You're not giving anything of value as a man. This is for the men out there. As a man, if you're posting on social media, you're not entertaining, educating, or I don't know, informing, and you're like, look at me, look at me, look at me. That is a feminine way to transfer energy. For you to absorb someone's energy, it is a short, shallow way to get energy, honestly. This isn't a jab at women. This is just how hypergamy and the masculine and feminine work, and even with the hermetic principles. So, as a man, to get a healthy, clean, pure, good foundation of energy transfer, you have to get, uh, you, as a man, you're going to have to put in the work because gratitude, appreciation, right? Instead of attention, women want attention. Feminine energy is attention because there's some feminine ass men out there looking for attention. Men have to put in the work. So if you're putting in the work on yourself, you're able to share what's going on in the world, internally with yourself, whatever it is, because you put in the work. And guess what? You'll be grateful you put in the work because the answers will come to you, whatever's troubling you. And other people will be grateful you put in the work and shared it with them. And it'll last a lot longer. It'll become a part of your identity. You'll be known, and that's how business works too. Like, think about how many businesses, like small businesses, you you go to because of that person, the person that works, whether it's the person that's like behind the counter all the time. To you, they're the face of that company. You're going there because you like them. Or it's the person that started the business. You're going there because you like them, because they put in the work, and they're doing something that's sharing with you in a strong foundational way. Recently, like, and he, so I'm big on, like, I don't, since I was a kid, I always saw how people were buying things to try to feel better, to look better, to fit in. I've noticed, I didn't know then it was the human condition, but I've noticed that everyone was suffering from some sort of human conditioning, right? So, and there's a difference between, like, so let's say you skateboard and you buy skateboarding clothes. Well, these are brands that support something you support. So you're going to support them because it's a like-minded thing. But if you're buying skateboarding clothes and you don't skateboard, you're just trying to fit in. You dig what I'm saying? It's just that's the thing I hate about, dude, I hate designer stuff. And it's not, if you live at, if you're making enough money to where designer stuff is just part of your wardrobe, I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, honestly, you shouldn't care what I think, but it's so shallow and empty to constantly be buying clothes and stuff to try to fit in, to try to look more than what you are. I, dude, I just bought 2 packs of black. I've got 10 black t-shirts. I'm in the middle of getting rid of everything else pretty much. Like, and for the most part, I only have about 20 t-shirts. Like, I'm not even a minimalist. I'm an essentialist. If it's not essential, if it ain't got a function, it's going. That's how I live my life. And, like, so we're going to circle back. Don't you love how I do that in all these videos? Energy transfers. I like to validate myself through my actions, right? I don't like the idea, because even when I've made a lot of money, I think my best year was 2019. I made like 80K from my video business, and I think another 60, just shy of 70 or something like that, from I was subcontracting granite. I was doing granite countertops. I never felt any more than what I was, but I had people approaching me and stuff then that were like, dude, I had people who were like, I wish I was you, which I thought was I even told them, I was like, yo, that's a weird thing to say. And they're like, so I'm like, I told them I spent time alone. I spent a lot of time alone behind a computer, learning to edit, learning to color grade, learning composition, learning storytelling, learning all of these things because I loved these things. Going frame by frame through all that shit. So like I would transfer my energy, what I learned, so they could elevate. And what happened? All of these people that were shooting alongside me, who were like coming up, I helped raise them. I love raising people, man. I don't like people putting people down, man. The only, I guess it could be perceived as me putting them down, but I'm just trying to put motherfuckers in their place so they can get to where they're going. That's all it is. I'm just trying to realign line a bitch because I needed it. So with me, and I hope some of you try this, man. With me, like putting in the work of myself, and I'm not talking about just like going out for a run and you know picking up heavy things and putting them down. You know, and I'm getting a pump on. I'm talking about writing things out. I'm talking about sitting in silence. I'm talking about being the silent observer throughout all my day, putting in that work. My energy is just, it's another level, man. I rarely need any external energy. Like I said recently on a video how I started listening to music again, I cut that shit out. And then last night I discovered when I really am exhausted, when I'm struggling to push past physical exhaustion, I'm on my third or fourth wind because I had been up for, I slept 2 hours in like 2.5 days, right? And I just kept it pushing, baby, because I've linked up with this witch chick. I know that sounds weird, but unless you know that there's witches, people who practice witchcraft. She's actually not a witch. She don't even fuck with the dark arts. It's like an inside joke. But I linked with this chick, and then I still stayed on my path, my rhythm. I didn't let that shit throw me off. To me, I was like, oh, this is a blessing because I've been on my path. I like, you know what I'm saying? I get to get my dick wet, and yeah, I didn't let it throw me at all. I stayed on my rhythm, my path, my routine, because what's most important to me is what I'm giving to the world every day. I really don't expect anything in the world. So I keep veering off. Uh, the music thing. Um, I I realized recently, like, so with music, you can basically, we've talked about this before, like you're using someone else's energy, someone else's vibration frequency is being recorded, and then it's going in through your brain, blah blah blah, and you're picking up their frequency. That's why you listen to like trap music, you feel like real arrogant. You listen to country music, you feel real down home, slow. It's You're picking up their vibe frequency and stuff, right? You full of love a lot of times when you listen to Ed Sheeran, shit like that. Uh, so I was like at the final hour, and that's what it was literally like the final hour. I was like, I only got an hour and 40 minutes left. I can do this. I got this. I'm pushing. Nothing's gonna disturb me. Nothing's gonna sway me. I was even carrying something. Then I'm usually like, it's something at work. I'm usually carrying it and I'm curling it. And this dude was like, bro, you got it. You can make it. You can make it. Cause I was doubled up on it, and I was just pushing, pushing myself. So whenever it did get to those last couple minutes, I could be like, oh, I just did twice this 20 minutes ago. I definitely got this. But I went ahead, and for a second I was like, I'm caving. And maybe I was caving. But I put my headphones in, I put a little Bodak clack, Kodak Black, and boom. Energy. Just got some energy, bro. And I was cooking. Bop, 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 bop. Just murdering the task I had to do. I listened to about 4 songs and took it right back out. Came right back to the moment. And I carried that energy. So now I'm learning that there's energies out there that if I go ahead and center myself and correct myself, make sure that I'm in control of my thoughts and emotions all day long, you know, come and correct first thing in the morning. You know what I'm saying, bro? If I have a full day, I got a full life. I don't know if y'all can see that. Uh, when I do need a little boost, it's right there. I can use it and not have to. I can use the energy at the end, right? These external forces that will give me energy. Most people are having to listen. They got to put headphones in just to get motivated and moving. I'm doing the opposite, bro. I'm motivated and I'm moving. And when I can't take that last step, that's when I pick it up. That final hour, that last moment, I get to use these resources for energy to help me cross the finish line. Other people are trying to get started. And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. So now I don't have to, I went 2 years without listening to music. Like like intentionally listening. There's a handful of times I could say I probably did put some music on, or aside from Kanye West's New Slave, and which also has which is a soundbite of Omega, and Legend, which is those three songs are my ritual songs. I listen to every single day to help me visualize and get on my path. But yeah, so I'm learning as I'm going. I'm relearning because I'm right back in the same path, the same wave I was on when I started on my videographer filmmaker journey. Like I can tell I'm there. I feel it. I remember what this was like. I'm like, "Oh, shit. I'm back on the same channel. I'm going to ride this one out, and this time I'm going to document it in case someone else needs it, cuz I'm not going to need this again. I'm never going to end up back here at the Humbles, baby. But I'm going to soak it up while I'm here, and I'm going to share it with you. So you ain't never got to come back here again. I love y'all, baby. Get out there and give it. Creator Conform.